Welcome to Golf Talk with Tiff. Yes, that's me, Tiff, the lady golf teacher. What I will do here is build belief in you to accomplish your dreams for your golf. I'll be your mentor and give you the skills, strategies, and guidance to make it happen. Teed high, let it fly. Now let's get into today's episode. Hey there, Tiff here, and welcome to a Golf Talk with Tiff. Yep, that's me, Tiff, the lady golf teacher, and glad to have you back. That is so awesome. What I'm going to do with you today is we're just going to have a little chat. I'm actually driving on my way home, so we're going to pretend that we're on in a phone conversation and we're having a chat about your golf. And the reason that I want you to think about it this way is I just want to go over a couple of things just to recap where we're at, what's happening with your golf, where your focus is, so that you can just keep on working on what you need to work on to make your golf happen. So it's really quite a simple thing that I want you to be thinking about. So remember when we talked about focusing on that one thing? I'm sure you go, yep, Tiff, I remember that. You talked to me about focusing on that one thing. That's still what I want you to be focusing on when you're out playing, because what happens is when you start adding other things into the mix, guess what gets lost in when you're playing? That's right. What gets lost is that focus on that one thing that was working. So when I work with people and they come and have a lesson with me, a lot of the time we tend to go back to the same thing that was working before, and then we reintroduce that same thing that was working before, because that shows where your focus needs to be. So it doesn't matter whether it's you working on a slower tempo in your swing. You've got the whole action there, but you've been going too quick. We're slowing the tempo down. It could be something like that. It could be how you're making contact with the ball. So if you've lost that contact with the ball and that's been a big focus and your shots actually aren't working right now, well, guess what? It's highly likely that you've lost that contact, that one focus that you were working on before. It could be worrying about how you're actually going to score today or tomorrow or next week, or how you've scored last week or yesterday. That could be what the focus is. But that doesn't help you, right? So whatever you are actually thinking about and adding all these extra pieces into your game is actually stopping you from working, right? It's stopping you in the sense of your game working. You're not getting the results that you're after. So that's why I want to revisit this. Let's focus on that one thing, because by you doing that one thing that makes it work, why would you want to then start focusing on other things and say, oh gosh, Tiff said I've got to be more relaxed. Tiff said I've got to be more calm. Tiff said I've got to focus on doing, twisting my hips and then making contact and then keeping my shoulder low and making sure my left shoulder is doing this and so on, right? Too much information going on there. And that's what happens when we're out playing out on the course, is we're actually focusing on too much stuff. There's way too much that's going on in your head. Years ago, there was this gentleman, unfortunately he's now passed on from a brain tumour, but years ago he used to come and what I would call have his annual lesson with me. And he'd come and have this lesson and he'd say, Tiff, now I've been trying to turn my hips, I've been doing this with my shoulders, I've been doing this with my core, my feet, I'm keeping my feet still, I'm making sure that my club face is staying straight, I'm keeping the triangle, I'm, not lifting my head, I'm not doing this, I'm coming through the ball better, I'm working on coming through the ball better, and I'm getting my hips to twist the way that they're supposed to twist, and I'm getting my core to do blah, blah, blah. And you know what I always used to say to him was, too much information, all right? There's too much going on in there. So what we need to make sure, and this is what we did with him, was what we would do is we would just work on one thing and get that one thing right. And then off he'd go and play. And for the next month, he'd just go and play, and focus on that one thing. And that would work for him, right? And that works for you too. So if you're feeling that you're starting to lose it, because I get people that come back to me and go, oh man, Tiff, far out. I've lost it. I'm just not playing the way I was last time I saw you, or I've played really well for a few sessions after I went and had a lesson with you, but I've lost it again. What that really means is why you've lost it is because you've actually started to focus on something else versus what you need to focus on that created that result for you. So for example, I'll give you an example. I've got some people that I teach that we focus on making good contact with the ball. So there's a specific way that I get my clients that work with me on how they need to come through the ball and what they need to look for when they're coming through the ball and completing their finish. So what happens though is when they go out on the course and they play, they start thinking about other things. So they start worrying about other things that they should be doing in their golf swing. And then, like whether they're trying to hit for more distance or they're worrying about what's happening with their score or whatever. But what they've then done is they've lost that contact. Now, that was the key component that made their swing actually work. So what that key component does is not only make their swing work, it makes sure that they have less shots on each hole. They have more confidence. They're playing the ball the way that they want to play the ball. And things are working really well for them. So that's really the exciting part, isn't it? Right? Things start to come together. But then what happens? They start thinking about some other things because it's like, oh yeah, I've got it now. I bet you can relate to that. You're like, yep, I've got it now. I don't need to focus on that anymore. But the thing is yes, you do. You need to focus on that. I've got another client, she said to me, when I focus on my left shoulder and right shoulder and I do it for every club, it works so well. And that's where she's keeping her focus. Therefore, then she's playing better. Her rounds are better. Her scores are better because she's got one focus. So this is the point I'm making for you here today, is we've got to focus still on that one thing. We don't want to travel along and add other things into the mix, because those other things are actually taking away the focus on what we need to actually focus on right now, doesn't it? And you're like, yep, Tiff, I hear you. So the thing that I want you to understand, and also the message that I want to get across to you today, is let's go back to that focusing on that one thing. Because when you focus on that one thing, and I'm talking about focusing on that one thing that's making things work for you, and whatever that one thing is, okay, whether it's rhythm, nice, slow, easy rhythm, whether it's your breathing and taking a nice slow breath, before you play a shot, and when you're playing a shot, take a nice slow breath. It might be a nice slow practice swing so that you're recreating that nice slow practice swing, that actual swing when you're going to hit the ball. It could be your focus on what you've got to do when you come through the ball after you've made contact. What is that thing that you've got to look for after you've made contact? Or it could be what that thing is that you feel with your hips. Whatever it may be, whatever that one thing is, or a triangle position. I talk a lot. If you've seen a number of my videos, I talk about a triangle position, back and through the ball. Whatever that one thing is, don't change your focus. Leave it there. Leave it in what is actually working for you right now. Because that is the key to your door. That is the key to your success. That is the key to you becoming more consistent in your golf game. And you're probably thinking, oh, Tiff, that sounds so simple. Why aren't I doing that? And the reason that you're probably not doing that is because you're changing your focus. You're trying to add more. You get excited. We all get excited. I get excited, about wanting to hit the ball further. But the thing is we want to work on maintaining where we're at. Because once we've found our key to our door, like our key to our consistency, whatever that is for you, because we're all different. We all have different things that we want to focus on, that we need to focus on to make it work. When you find that key, keep it, maintain it, consolidate it. I always say ingrain it into your DNA, right? Put it deep into your system, deep into your body, deep into your routine. Don't change it. Don't veer off from that. Just stay there, because that will be the thing that will give you the result that you're after. I can guarantee that, because I have my own things that I focus on, my own one thing that I focus on to make my swing work really well. So it doesn't matter what level of golf that you play, we all have a thing, that one thing that is the key to our door, okay? The key to our success, the key to the consistency in our golf. That's all you need to be focused on. So my point and my conversation, our chat that we're having today, is really about you maintaining where you're at, staying on that path of what is working for you. Don't add more. Please don't add more to it. All I want you to focus on is maintain that one thing that is working for you, and just keep repeating it and repeating it and repeating it. And you've probably heard through podcast episodes from me, videos from me, anything else that you've heard from other people, it's the repetition of doing the same thing over and over and over to get the result that you're after. And it's the result that what you're doing is that repetition of doing the right thing that's making it work, that you do it over and over and over and over and over again. Simple stuff, okay? Simple methodology, simplistic. We've got to keep everything simple. I can't stress enough. When people come and have lessons with me, what we focus on is the simplistic areas in the swing, so that we can build confidence, so that you can do the same thing over and over and over again. And that is all it is. So when you've discovered what your thing is, or when you've had a lesson with me and we've worked out what your focus is that makes that one thing that you focus on that makes that swing work for you, or that shot work for you, whatever shot it is, stay there and just focus on that. That is the key to your success. That is the key to you being consistent. That is the key to you getting the result that you want. So I hope you enjoyed our little chat this afternoon as I'm driving home, because I felt like this was a big thing. Even though it's a simple thing, it's a big thing that gives you the result that you're actually after. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. So remember, the focus is, we're still focusing on that one thing that makes our swing work. One thing. So you tell me, what is that one thing that you're working on? And you're going to say, Tiff, my one thing I'm working on is whatever that is, okay? So I'd love it if you could leave a comment down below and share with me what you like best about what you heard in this episode today. And in the comment section, I want you to say to me, Tiff, my one thing that I'm focusing on is, and that's what I want you to tell me what it is. And then off you go and work on that, okay? Because remember, that is the key to your consistency. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Again, leave a comment down below with what you like best about what you heard today, and also what that one thing is that you're going to focus on. And if you've got friends that you know that would benefit from these episodes, I'd really appreciate if you could share these episodes with your friends so we can build the Reach Your Potential and also the lady golf teacher community as big as we possibly can. And I want you to dream big, believe in you, go after your dreams. Once you've done that, I want you to then set it up, tee it high, let it fly. And I hope you have an absolutely awesome day. Take care. Look forward to talking to you real soon. Bye for now. Before you go, do you want to build confidence, belief, strength, and courage in you to go after your big dreams in your life and in your sport? If you do, go to www.tiffany-mika.com and get a copy of my book, Focus, How to Reach Your Potential in Sport, Business and Life. I look forward to seeing you there. Dream big, believe in you, go after your dreams.